everyone. Here we are starting a new chapter, trigonometry. A very interesting chapter. This is a very interesting chapter. In this entire chapter, we are going to discuss the following topics. We have introduction of trigonometry, then trigonometric ratios of some specific angles, and then trigonometric ratios of complementary angles, and afterwards we have some trigonometric identities. So here in this video, we are going to first discuss what is the need of the trigonometry, where we are using it in our daily life. Now, first, before we start, let's understand the meaning of trigonometry. Trigonometry has been derived from two words, trigono and metry. Here you have trigono, which means triangle, and metry means measure. So trigono, triangle, it's applied on a triangle. So trigonometry is a branch of mathematics that studies the relationship between the side length and the angles of the triangle. Trigonometry, these are the Greek words, trigono and metry. So it's a branch which deals with the study of the relationship between the side length and the angles of the triangle. Now, why we need trigonometry? Let's see. In this given figure, I am given a building such that I am standing at some distance from this building without actually calculating the distance, measuring the distance. Can I find the height of the distance if I know that at what distance I am standing from the building? Yes, we can use trigonometric ratios to find the height of the building. Similarly, here you can see a slide. This slide makes an angle theta with the horizontal level, right? I can adjust the angle accordingly the way I need a slide. While fishing also, you can see the angle which is made while doing fishing. Here also trigonometry is being used. Now, an aeroplane which is flying at a height of 2500 meter, such that the angle is 23 degree. So can I find this value of x? Yes, we can find the value of x. So that's the need of trigonometry in our real life. Now, there are 6 trigonometric ratios. But before we start with trigonometric ratio, let's understand this triangle. I have a right angle triangle at B. The opposite side to angle B, that is the right angle, is called the hypotenuse. It is not a side, actually it is called hypotenuse. Then corresponding to angle C, AB will be the side opposite to angle C. You can see it's opposite to the angle C, that's why. And along with that angle C, I have a side BC, which is called the side adjacent to angle C, right? Similarly, if I have angle A, I am going to consider angle A, then corresponding to angle A, the side opposite will be BC and the side adjacent will be AB. So sine of angle A is side opposite to angle A divided by hypotenuse, which is BC upon AC. Similarly, cosine of angle A is equal to side adjacent to angle A divided by hypotenuse, which is AB upon AC. And tangent of angle A is side opposite to angle A upon side adjacent to angle A, which is equal to BC upon AC. So these are sine, cosine and tangent. Later on we are going to use the short form of them. Now the another 3 trigonometric ratios. Cosecant of angle A. Cosecant of angle A is actually the reciprocal of sine of angle A. So that will be hypotenuse upon side opposite to angle A. Similarly, we have secant of angle A, which is the reciprocal of cosine of angle A. And cotangent of angle A, which is the reciprocal of 1 upon tangent of angle A. The ratios defined above are abbreviated as sin A, cos A, tan A, cosecant A, secant A and cot A. Instead of saying the full name, we have their abbreviations, right? And cosecant A is the reciprocal of sin A, secant A is the reciprocal of cosine A and cot A is the reciprocal of tan A. So there we have these 6 trigonometric ratios. Now I am going to take first question. I am given a right angle triangle with right angle at B. AB is given to me 24 cm. BC is given to me 7 cm. Determine sin A cos A, sin C cos C. Now, in a right angle triangle, whenever we have the word right angle triangle, something comes in the mind, Pythagoras theorem, right? So if I see I know AB, I know BC, I can find AC using Pythagoras theorem. So AC square will be equal to AB square plus BC square. AC square will be equal to AB square plus BC square. Put the value of AB and BC. I get AC square is 625, which is the square of 25. So the length of AC is 25. Now I know all the three lengths. AB is 24, BC is 7 centimeter, and AC is 25 centimeter. Afterwards, I have to find sine A. Now see, corresponding to sine A, the angle A here, if I see here, corresponding to angle A, BC is the opposite side and AB is the adjacent side. So sine A is the opposite side to angle A and the hypotenuse, which will be equal to BC upon AC, which is 7 by 25. Similarly, I can find cos A also, side adjacent to angle A divided by hypotenuse, which is equal to 24 by 25. Now this we have calculated corresponding to angle A. Similarly, we can calculate corresponding to angle C also. The only difference is for angle C, the side opposite will be AB and the side adjacent will be BC. So here we can easily find sin C and cos C. Right, I hope this question is clear to everyone. So next we move to another question. I am given sin A. Sin A is 3 by 4. I have to find the value of tan A and cos A. Now see, I am given sin A. Sin A means it is you are given in terms of a ratio 3 by 4. 3 by 4 I can say this is also equal to 6 by 8. So don't think that 3 is one of the side. It is the length of the side. No, actually you are given a ratio. So when we are going to take the length of the side, we will take as 3k and 4k. Right. So sin A is actually side opposite to angle A divided by the hypotenuse. So I will take the side BC as 3k and the side AC as 4k, right? Because 3 by 4 is a ratio. Instead of 3 by 4, if you have 6 by 8, it also means the same. So we take that as a ratio. So according to Pythagoras theorem, I can apply in this triangle and I can find the third side. AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Now put the value of AC square and BC square. 4k square is equal to AB square plus 3k square. 16k square minus 9k square is AB square. So I get AB square is equal to 7k square, which means the length AB will be equal to root 7k. Now I know all the three sides. I can very easily find cos A. I can very easily find cos A. I can very easily find tan A. So cos A was side adjacent to the angle A divided by hypotenuse, which is equal to AB by AC, root 7k upon 4k, which is root 7 by 4. So I have the value of cos A. So similarly I can find tan A also. Tan A will be side opposite to angle A divided by the side adjacent to angle A. So BC upon AB, 3k upon root 7k, which is equal to 3 upon root 7. So very easily we have calculated sin A, and given sin A we have calculated cos A, tan A. But if somebody asks you to find cot A, what you will do is, since you have calculated tan A, you will just take the reciprocal of that. So you will get the value of cot A. So here I can easily see my cot A will be root 7 by 3. Right, they are the reciprocal. So next question, I am given the ratio again. Cot A is 7 by 8. Cot A is 7 by 8. Cot A is given, cot A is side adjacent to angle A divided by the side opposite to angle A. So I am given BC, which will be 7k. I am given AB, which is 8k. Using Pythagoras theorem, I will calculate AC, and obviously I have to take in terms of k as you are given the ratio. After finding it, for the first part I need sin theta and cos theta. Fine, sin theta and cos theta. So I will find value of sin theta and cos theta and substitute back in this question, and I will get my answer. So BC is 7k, AB is 8k. I have calculated AC square, which is equal to under the root of 113 into k. Now after calculation I will find the value of sin theta. It was not sin A actually, it was sin theta. Sin theta is equal to 8 upon under root of 113, and cos theta is 7 upon under the root of 113. Now I will put these values of sine and cosine in the question. 1 plus sin theta into 1 minus sin theta. divided by 1 plus cos theta into 1 minus cos theta. So here I can apply a minus b, a plus b. I will get a square minus b square. So 1 minus sine square upon 1 minus cos square. So just put the value of a and b, sine theta and cos theta, and simplify it. You can see 113 will be the LCM for the numerator as well as the denominator, which cancels out. And finally my answer is 49 by 64. Now I can find cot theta also. Just find the value of cot theta, that was 7 by 8. It was already given to you. And now you need cot square theta, which means cot theta whole square. So 7 by 8 whole square, your answer is 49 by 64. Now next question. See, it's very simple. I am given 3 cot A is equal to 4. So what will be cot A? 4 by 3. So how to take the two sides as 4k and 3k? I will take the side AB as 4k and BC as 3k. AB is the side adjacent to angle A and BC is the side opposite to angle A. Now again use Pythagoras theorem and find the third side, and we should remember that 3k, 4k and 5k is the Pythagoras triplet. So directly we can also write AC is 5k. Now in the question says that check whether 1 minus tan square A upon 1 plus tan square A is equal to cos square A minus sin square A. So what you will do, you will find the left hand side and the right hand side separately and check whether your answer is equal or not. If your answer is equal, then we will say they are equal. Otherwise, we will say that they are not equal. Now, tan A, sin A, cos A. We have calculated all the three values. Tan A is 3 by 4. I can directly write tan A because I am given cot A. Cot A was 4 by 3. So tan A will be the reciprocal. So 3 by 4. Similarly, I can find sin A and cos A. Substitute in the left hand side. 1 minus tan square A upon 1 plus tan square A. So I get 1 minus 9 by 16 upon 1 plus 9 by 16. So 7 by 25. Just take the LCM and simplify it. 3 by 4 whole square is missing. It's not visible clearly. Now after that, find the right hand side, cos square A minus sin square A. So 4 by 5 whole square minus 3 by 5 whole square, 16 minus 9 by 25, so 7 by 25. So what you observe, that the left hand side is equal to right hand side. So that is what the question says, that you have to check whether they two are equal or not. Now another question, a good question in fact. You are given a triangle PQR, right angle at Q, such that I am given the sum of the two sides, PR plus QR, PR plus QR. I am given the sum as 25. The sum of these two sides is 25 and PQ is given to me. PQ is given to me as 5. So what I will do is, I will take PR as X. So QR will be 25 minus X. I will assume any one of them as X and my other one will be 25 minus X, as you are given that their sum is 25. So simply you just apply the Pythagoras theorem. PR square is equal to PQ square plus QR square. Substitute the value. X square is equal to 5 square plus 25 minus X whole square. Open the bracket here. Apply A minus B whole square. X square gets cancelled and I simply get X is equal to 13. So my PR, that is the hypotenuse, is 13, and so QR will be 25 minus 13, which is equal to 12. Now remember another triplet, 13, 12, 5. As we have 3, 4, 5, you can remember 5, 12, 13. You can remember 5, 12, 13 as a triplet. Sometimes it makes your question much easier if you remember these triplets. Now I have calculated all the, I have PQ, QR as well as PR, QR, PQ as well as PR. Now I just have to find sin P, cos P and tan P. So sin P will be QR upon PR, which is equal to 12 by 13. So cos P will be, I have cos P, that will be PQ upon PR, 5 by 13, and tan P will be, you just simply divide sin P upon cos P. You find sin P upon cos P, that will be tan P. So tan P is QR upon PQ, which is equal to 12 by 5. I hope these questions are clear to you. In case if you have any doubt in any question or anything which you are not able to understand, write in the comment section. Now next video will be on trigonometric ratios of some specific angles. Till then, go through this video again. Any doubt, you can write in the comment section.